right, so the poll is up in the chat for you guys to tell me what you thought of Monday Night Raw tonight. Let me know what you thought of it. I saw bits and pieces throughout the night. We're going to have Mustafa on the show tonight, who... Mustafa caught the whole thing, apparently, and he's got some things to say about it, so we'll peek in on him in just a few minutes and see what he has to say. I saw pieces of it. Earlier today, I made a video. I said, should I go see Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, or should I watch Raw? Most people said do neither. And some people said go to the movies. You know, a lot of people said don't go to the movies. You'll hate your life. The movie will make you hate your life. Don't do it. So I sort of, I chose the third option, which was doing what any father really should do at this point in the world. You know, and some of you may think that's, oh, take the kids to the movies. No, it's not take the kids to the new movie because I'm concerned about whatever I'm about to see in this new Indiana Jones movie. So instead it was watch Temple of Doom at home with the kids. So don't let them see garbage before they see the good thing. So I made it sure that my kids are never going to see a bad Indiana Jones, if it is bad, before they see something good. And I wanted to see something good because even the trailers and reviews of the new Indiana Jones movie made me want to watch Temple of Doom or Raiders or something. And since I've seen Raiders quite often, and I hadn't seen Temple of Doom in maybe 5 years, I was like, well, let's throw that in. So it was funny when the guy pulled the guy's heart out of his chest. He was like, and Finn, my son, was like, my youngest son, my 7-year-old, he was like, that's messed up. That was his reaction to seeing a heart being pulled out of a chest. That's messed up. Monday Night Raw, though, began with Seth Rollins looking like a figure skater a la Nancy Kerrigan. Once again, you know, I have nothing against whatever Seth Rollins is doing, I guess. But, like, what are we doing? Again, like I've been saying, we don't know, like, this is the Macho Man in a sense, because we don't really know what Seth Rollins is doing. Like, he's just a fucking whack-off. Seth Rollins is just a weird whack-off, like, nut job. That's all. That's what his character is. His character is, I'm like wacky like the Macho Man, and without the same ability and charisma on a B+ level compared to Macho Man. But we also don't know what's going on here. Now he's getting his fashion sense from the Fifth Element. You know what I mean? This is full on Fifth Element. Absolutely. He's dressed like everybody in the theater at the end of Fifth Element. I've said it a million times. He came out here tonight. He was like tiptoeing through the tulips like a weirdo tonight on Raw. But that championship belt, man, that looks good. No matter what you guys think, no matter what anybody out there thinks whatsoever, that belt, I think, looks pretty damn good, man. That looks pretty fucking hot. I like it. And I'm just here to hang out with you guys for a little bit here because I caught some of Raw. We're going to go to Mustafa and Luke Rojas in just a minute. They saw more of it than I did. We'll talk about that. I just watched Temple of Doom right towards the middle of Raw. So I got that on my mind of like, yep, that was a good movie. Yep, probably seen it for the 25th time ever. But it's a good movie, man. You know when I think about movies like Indiana Jones, Star Wars, and maybe even some old WWE, but I think of those old VHS containers. Do you remember the brown VHS holders? There was always two of them usually, and you pull them and they pull out, and all the VHSs would be in there. And you'd have a lot of blank tapes, right? Like custom tapes with the things written on it, like the show name and the date on the VHS tapes. But like, then there were the real VHS movies you bought at the store somewhere at some point with the cover and everything. The real, the real movie, official movie. What I remember about being a kid is we had, probably had when I was a kid, probably had like 80 VHSs, maybe probably about 80. But in those cases, were the official movies usually. The Disney ones were in some cupboard area, but these ones, and when you pulled it out, man, I remember seeing the side image of Indiana Jones, 1, 2. 1 and 2, I think we did get Last Crusade eventually, but my dad always had Temple of Doom and Raiders of the Lost Ark in there. And so I remember those very, very vividly. But yeah, Seth Rollins is out of his mind. He's a wacky, whack job, wackaloo. And, that's what he's doing. And I'm okay with it. Cody comes out, gets a big pop. I think we are getting some of that momentum from the other night at Money in the Bank. I thought we would get some of this momentum, and we are getting that. So that's pretty good. I think tonight's Monday Night Raw was a little bit better than usual because there's so many little things going on kind of all over the place. If only you could have everything on this show. Do you know what I mean? Like if we could have had the LA Knight story, the Roman Reigns bloodline stuff, and all the stuff here, and that was 3 hours, you might have been able to have a show that was much better because it would all be here and all be, just kind of, there'd be a lot of stuff to fill in. There's untapped stuff that we're saving for SmackDown that I don't think we necessarily have to save for SmackDown, and we wouldn't have to if they could just have it all on one show. That being said, if you guys want during the night and you want to say anything, Super Chats are on, donations are on. The link is pinned to the top of the chat for the Streamlabs. Use that link if you guys want to donate tonight. I will put you up here somewhere in the video, your name for the top donators once we get over $5. It'll be up in here somewhere, somebody, somehow. Oh, there's a lot of work, by the way, today. I rebuilt the set the way it was intended to be before the flood happened. It only took me, 2 years ago? 2 years ago, I moved back to this spot in the room from the other side of the temporary area that we were in for about 8 months. And I rebuilt and soundproofed the area the way it was intended to be before that ever happened. And we got everything kind of back and running again, man. We got some other tricks and things going on in here that will be coming up later on as well. But I had my week vacation, and I used a little bit of that time to rebuild. I mean, I didn't have to spend any money. Luckily, I had everything already. It's always all been here. I just never had the time or the care, mostly the time, to be like, let me take hours out of the day to do this. I mean, it's still not done yet, but we're getting back in business, so it's kind of cool. But yeah, we'll talk about Monday Night Raw with Mustafa and Luke Rojas in just a second. But like I said, the Rhea Ripley stuff, we were looking forward to that. The women had an unbelievable tag match later, man. Catanzaro or Catanesternado or Castration or whatever her name is, she did one of the craziest Hurricane Ranas off the top rope, man, that I've ever seen a woman do. I don't think I've ever seen women nail a Hurricane Rana off the top rope like we saw tonight. Did you see that? That was nuts, bro. That was a friggin' crazy-looking Hurricane Rana in the ring with those women. That shit was nuts, bro. Fucking nuts. Dude, I could not believe that. Fucking crazy. Crowd was decent, but eventually went silent during the women's title match. Yeah, there was some momentum to the show. I don't think the crowd necessarily, had the momentum that we were looking for, though. All in all, tonight would have been better if you could have involved a lot of the people from SmackDown in the 3-hour Monday Night Raw show. But, we have the brand split, so you're not supposed to do that, but yet they constantly do that, so who cares anyway? You know what I mean? Let's take a look at the poll, though, with 114 votes here. Wow, a lot of people. This is so weird, man, but look at the stats. It's a thumbs down tonight. I don't understand this, man. WWE can't even, there's been other nights where it's worse. I feel like there's been worse nights than tonight that sometimes get a better rating. But I don't know. But not really good for Monday Night Raw here. This ain't good. It's about 60% thumbs down for Monday Night Raw tonight. 40% did give it a thumbs up, though, and that is higher, I think, than usual for Monday Night Raw, I think, from what our polls usually tell us, So, yeah, not a great rating. I would probably give Raw tonight. I mean, I didn't, like I said, I probably saw 40% of Raw myself. In a minute we'll go to Mustafa and we'll see what he has to say. But for me, just watching casually tonight and skimming through other parts, I thought that from what I saw, I thought they put on a, for current Raw, they put on a decent Raw for current Raw. But as far as a 3-hour show that I would rate, I'm still going to give this thing, maybe a 5 out of 10 tonight, which again is better than the 3s and 4s that I give it a lot of times. But again, you'd really like to be in that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 category. But I'll take 6, 7, and 8. But, instead, I'm sitting here giving it a 5. But I don't know, bro. Let's go ahead and jump over to the Discord. Actually, let's see if there's any donations first. Let's see if anybody's chiming in about Monday Night Raw and who the first one could be. There may not be one. I don't know, but I'm going to check. Because we got to pay the bills here on the Joe Cronin Show. Let's see what we got. Shit bomb. It's Mr. Pico.
Rather hear Luke fart in a sink than Kevin Patrick.
Yeah, a lot of people complaining about Kevin Patrick tonight. I saw even non-JCS listeners on Twitter just being like, you know what? This show might be somewhat decent if the commentary didn't suck. And I see people bitching about Kevin Patrick. Isn't it funny, bro, that every single commentator the WWE brings on, everybody bitches about them and says they suck? Isn't that funny, WWE? And I revel in it. I revel in it, Triple H. I'm looking at you, Michael Cole. I'm looking at you, Triple H, because you, Michael Cole, you were like, no thanks, Joe Cronin. We're going to hire Vic Joseph. No thanks. We're going to hire Kevin Patrick. No thanks. We're going to bring in ESPN Joe Rogan number 7. No thanks. We're going to bring in Adnan Virk. How does it feel, WWE, that you said no to me? Even though you had me, even though you wined and dined me, even though you brought me in twice for testing, even though you did that and you went with the Vic Joseph guy, the Nosferatu fuck, even though you did that, and then after that you brought in all these other people, you just can't seem to get a commentator that anybody likes. Maybe you like him in the backstage because he's a good guy. That's fine. But he is not cutting the mustard on the camera, on the air, on the commentary. He just can't do it, and you don't care. Because when you have people that can do it, you don't want that. You want the Kevin Patricks. And you want Adnan Virk, a dumb fuck. And you want all these people that are so-called professional announcers to come in as if they can call wrestling when they can't because they think it's a joke. They call wrestling like, this is all an act. I can act. But they can't because it doesn't seem real, which is what Joe Rogan too kind of was like, although he was pretty good. He was probably the best, to be honest. Even though I would give him a 6 or probably a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, he was the best. He was better than Adnan Virk. He's better than Kevin Patrick, and you fired him. You fired that guy that was better than Kevin Patrick, but still wasn't good enough to really do the job that you need on WWE commentary. You fired the guy that's better than the guy you currently have. None of them are good enough for WWE RAW, but, oh, well, they're pretty good, so let's put them on the air. But you said no to me. I just like to bring that up. Also, Mauro Ranallo. Also, Booker T has a crop full of people down there that can do the job better than. I mean, there's just so many people out there that could do. Or I don't know if there's so many people, but there's a few people I can think of off the top of my head, including selfishly myself, that could do the Monday Night Raw commentary better than what we're seeing. Corey Graves is all right, but I mean, bro, this is. I'm reading Twitter. Everyone's complaining about it. People are starting to really complain about Kevin Patrick. I mean, you know what? Kevin Patrick is like the new Indiana Jones movie. Just like everybody says about the new Indiana Jones movie. Oh God, it's it's insufferable at times, but at the very least it's just boring and like why? That's exactly what I think about Kevin Patrick. Why? Why is this what you're settling for? Okay. Go ahead and settle for it, I guess. Mr. Pico Boulevard, thank you for the $2. I don't know, bro. Let's go ahead and Booker T has good commentators in his wrestling company. I got a few minutes. Kevin Patrick is the worst I've ever heard, says Derek Hans. Jesus Christ, are you serious? Think about that, though. Think about that.
I don't know about that. What about that comedian that hosted, or it wasn't hosting? He was with Randy Savage and who was the other guy? Do you remember this brief? It was like really, really brief for like early Monday Night Raw in the late '90s or early '90s.
Maybe, but I barely remember, and I'm sure I would if I found it. But whatever it was, it didn't last longer than 2 weeks.
It lasted for, I think, a few months.
Jesus. I don't even remember. I don't remember.
Well, you know what? What about that? What was his name? He got, like, choked out by Samoa Joe. He was the black guy. His last name was, like, Whale or something.
I don't. You mean the guy that they had on Raw a couple years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy that was in the group that terrorized Raw with destruction for a second.
Yeah.
Well, he's in that sex club now of the naughty guys who take pictures of each other or whatever, right? Isn't he that guy?
Is that him? I didn't. Yeah. I thought that was somebody else.
He's a real tall guy.
They're not even around anymore.
Yeah, they're all because they just failed because he didn't really have a lot of personality. He was just a very tall person.
I kind of liked. They did something really funny like last year where it was like they were advertising like the water bottle or whatever, and they were just like pouring water on themselves, and they were just making like these goofy faces. The problem is though, now Maxine feels so far removed from that gimmick, and it's just like, where the fuck did Mansoor and other guy go? Did they just disappear?
Yeah, Mansoor's dead, and
Mansoor is dead. Mansoor is dead. Yeah.
They never let him out of Saudi.
No, the black dude's got a choker around his neck, and he's in Vince McMahon's mansion's basement, getting him dog bones.
I thought it was Patterson's basement.
No, Patterson's dead. Vince is still here to do it.
Wouldn't it be great if it came out tomorrow, like all the crimes against Velveteen Dream have been dropped. It turns out it was all false, so he could come back and be a great wrestler again. Because I miss fucking Velveteen Dream.
You know,
that's the thing. It was never proven.
Right. We don't even know what really happened with Velveteen exactly. I mean, it seems like he's a scumbag, but we don't know what happened really. If I was them, I'd bring back Velveteen Dream and he would come to the ring with children. The children.
Oh my God!
But I mean, do you remember?
And Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. So he's gonna come down the ring. I would do this. I don't give a shit. I would have him come to the ring with children, and he says, little children, I am your shepherd. Thou shalt follow me, and then all the kids.
This sounds like Bray Wyatt.
Well, kind of. It is like Bray Wyatt, kind of, except he's he's trafficking them. And then
I'm gonna give you a velveteen dream.
Well, then he's gonna come down with a shirt that says Epstein's innocent.
Oh God,
that'd
Little
be great.
Boy, do you want a velveteen rim job?
Dude, every week he does some kind of subliminal thing involving kids. Like, I mean, with the whole theme of the world right now, with how many kids are being molested and pedophiles and trafficked everywhere by Hollywood, this would just play into everything perfectly. And you get so much heat on the guy. And he'd be like, they're trying to ban books in schools. Did you guys know that in children's schools? There's nothing wrong with reading to children. In fact, tonight, I'm going to read a story to all these children from a book that was banned in Sacramento Elementary School. Let me get the book out. It's called My Hole, Your Hole. And then he starts
better in Mexico.
No, oh my God.
They don't want to show you. They don't want to show you these little pictures because they are against the art form of the human body.
Yeah,
I will say this. The only time that, again, if Velveteen Dream would actually come back, the only person that could ever call his matches is Booker T. That would have to be a given.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me? It's that motherfucking rapist.
I don't want to call this pedophile matches.
Michael Jackson got that
motherfucker.
Well, that's the thing is then the next week it wouldn't be so on the nose. He would just come down to the ring with a Michael Jackson T-shirt.
With a glove.
Yeah, and a glove on. And it's all just, well, then he's getting into Casanova.
He should just have like a used cum rag, and it's all matted and gross, and it's like a big...
No, he calls it the yellow. He calls it the yellow blanket, like that rock star guy.
I think I threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah.
Neverland mania.
Before I start this match,
he comes down the ramp, and he's got like coloring books. But the coloring books are like gay porn that you have to draw in, and he hands it out to the children. And
he hands it out to kids.
He's like, here's your
coloring book. Make sure to paint all the rainbows on every boy and girl and every girl and girl.
Hey, I draw the tip of it red. He's got a red rocket.
Yeah, dude, I would totally do it.
We're going to call him the Red Rooster.
This is why you're lucky I'm not in charge of WWE, because I would be doing this stuff. And the best thing is...
You would have already had like a Nazi angle.
Well, no, maybe. Well, yeah, because then the Nazi faction would oppose the gay faction, but they're both bad, right? Like that, just like in real life. Like we'd have
and
Antifa.
Then Seth Rollins will come out and just be like, "Well, you guys are weird, but I'm even weirder."
Yeah. So what I'm hearing over here is you guys are a little too comfy with children, and you guys over here kind of have your prejudices. Well, let me tell you what I like to do. I need a candle and some lube. Like, it's just, what the hell is going on?
I'm just humoring you. Listen, if you want to get in the ring with me, like, fucking shut the fuck up, Seth. You suck. I hate Seth's promos.
You don't like him tonight?
I hate Seth's character. I hated Seth's match at Money in the Bank. I fucking hated Seth's match at Night of Champions because it was underwhelming. I hate Seth Rollins' fucking title reign. I hope Seth Rollins fucking dies. And that's,
wow.
I was just joking about that last part. Please, you can't get me on that one.
What did you think about Mustafa? Go ahead. What do you
again.
got? Yeah, let's see if he says that was a glitch.
On a pit of spikes.
Was that a glitch, Mustafa, that just happened to you?
Match at Money in the Bank.
Because I'm waiting for him.
I fucking hated Seth's match at Night of Champions because it was underwhelming. I hate Seth Rollins' fucking title reign. I hope Seth Rollins fucking dies. And that's,
wow.
I was just joking about that last part. Please, you can't get me on that one.
Dude, was that your phone again, Mustafa?
Probably.
That last part. Please.
Dude,
Probably.
Oh, you're such a fuck. You are so caught at this point,
So
bro.
Monday Night Raw was in Baltimore, or Baltimore.
Oh my God! All right, go ahead, Mustafa. I know you got a bunch of stuff you want.
Please.
We done?
All right, go ahead.
No, it wasn't that. It was just the fact that you screamed. All right, I'm sorry. Please. Please. Please.
All right, go ahead.
What's
Stop
going on?
He's
What
choking on
is
cock,
going
bro.
I just love screwing with people. Anyways, so basically they're in Baltimore. We start off the show with Seth Rollins coming out looking like a bland Elvis impersonation.
A lesbian.
Yeah, lesbian Elvis. Let's go with that. And he talks about SummerSlam's in 5 weeks in Detroit. Next thing you know, Cody Rhodes' music pops up. The crowd goes nuts. Again, probably the second most not quoted, but sung theme song that's in WWE. First has got to be Seth. This is the second one. Everybody goes, oh, and all that jazz.
Oh, they go.
Then,
Please. Oh
So
my
then,
God. I feel like I'm losing my mind.
You are losing your mind. I'm losing my mind right now by watching this show. So within a matter of seconds of Cody's music hitting, I'm like, God, please let Brock just music hit and just hit the ring. And he granted my wish. Brock Lesnar's music hits and the place explodes. Cody takes off his ring gear, jumps out of the ring, runs after Brock. Proceeds to beat the crap out of each other. Brock then eventually staggers. Cody hits the Cody cutter. Brock tumbles out of the ring. Cody wants to basically face Brock Lesnar again, as we've kind of noted since the last fight that they had at Crown Jewel. And we're going to get that SummerSlam. Night of Champions, Crown Jewel, whatever. It's in Saudi.
This is that
fucking pay-per-view. It's the wrong pay-per-view. So why don't you fucking blame that on a glitch?
Yeah, I mean, we really thought this would culminate at SummerSlam, didn't we? So it is. It's the 3 matches, and so Cody's got to win this one clean. It's a good start to Monday Night Raw, and that's what I would expect, right? Cody's going to win clean at SummerSlam.
And I like that he had a follow-up promo, too. Like, it wasn't just
that. I got notes on that. We're going to get to that, because there's something specific I want to mention about that.
Go ahead.
So then when he molested that reporter.
Again, I don't know what you were watching, but yeah, something to that effect. So we come back from commercial break, and Seth is still in the ring, which I'm kind of curious, Joe, and this is what I wanted to ask you. Why was there a need to be a commercial break if there was still some more promo time, and we could have just had a commercial break before the first match?
I think it's because they just the timing. I just think they took so much time, so there's got to be one. And since, Cody was just attacked and they're all disheveled and everything, they're getting Brock out of there, that they can take time to take a I actually don't have a problem with that, because you know what I mean? It kind of leaves you with, the only thing I didn't like about it is I didn't know that they were going to come back with Cody still. Do you know
I feel like it should have been the Judgment Day were out there with Seth first, and then Cody came out, and then Brock came out. Because it is a little weird that it's just like the Judgment Day. It's like you have Seth come out, Cody comes out, you think he's going to challenge him, then a brawl ensues, and then it cuts to commercial break, and then Seth's just standing in the ring again. It's just like,
if that was the case, have Cody come out on his own, and then eventually Brock interrupts him. Then that's the story. There was no need for Seth to be involved in any, at any point. The only reason why Cody was out there, because again, he wanted the challenge for the title, but eventually he got interrupted, like he has been for the past number of weeks with Brock. So this set it up perfectly. I just hated the fact that you just put a commercial in the middle of all this. You could have just got done with the Seth Judgment Day promo and just went to commercial. It would have taken 20 minutes, but it would have, again, it doesn't matter. Just get it done. But this was just awkward for me to watch. Then the Judgment Day basically come out, and Damian says that he's going to be eventually Mr. World Heavyweight Champion. after he cashes in Money in the Bank whenever he wants to. Dom,
Mr. World
again,
Heavyweight Champion.
Dom is just a heat magnet. Just every time right before he speaks, the crowd boos him and love to boo him. Rhea finally says that Dom wants to challenge Seth tonight, non-title match, and Seth says, well, it's not up to me, it's up to the people, and the people all cheer. We have that as our main event tonight. In the meantime, we have Shinsuke Nakamura taking on Damian Priest. Again, this match, unfortunately, didn't really get the time that I felt like it needed to really tell a story, and it was just one of those matches where you could say it's a squash, but it's not a squash. Yeah, and at this point, you know what I mean? I love Nakamura, but I don't really see anything else that he's going to be accomplishing within the next, 6 months. I just don't see
He's just there as a body. He's a body now, you know?
Yeah, because you know what, though? They do this a lot with Nakamura. They have him do nothing for a while, and then they give him, the IC strap or the United States strap, and he holds the title for, 6 to 7 months or some crazy amount of time. All of his championship reigns are, decently long, you know? But they...
And not enough title defenses.
Yeah, he does nothing though with the championship. He's just walking around with a title, and it's now he's just walking around without a title, so he feels even less important.
Nakamura has been dead since WrestleMania 34. Since he lost to AJ Styles,
yeah,
he did nothing in WWE.
I agree. That's the top of what he did.
I think that the Royal Rumble win was a kiss of death.
Yeah, especially since that match he had with AJ was so fucking so underwhelming.
Bro, this is so weird. Do you guys want to hear something really weird? I have the show frozen on my screen right now. I paused it at this exact time because I wanted an image because we were talking about Brock Lesnar and Cody a minute ago. And just take a look at this real quick. I fucking have it paused on this screen. And I'm scrolling through Twitter. And the first thing that pops up as I'm scrolling down is Wrestling Observer. Look at the image that they're using.
The same one.
It's legit the exact spot. Look at this.
Wow.
What the fuck are the odds of that?
Wow.
I just paused the real video right there just coincidentally. And then...
Oh, and if you see the in the corner, it's the JCS insignia.
That'd be hilarious. But that, I don't know, it's just, this is a coincidence, but I mean, dude, how weird is that? That's fucking bizarre to me. I don't know. It's almost the exact...
Listening. They're
actually,
listening, Jeff.
I'm looking, though, actually, if you look at it, Brock's arm isn't fully covering those red dots at the bottom of his right arm. There's more room, see? So it's not the exact image. It's a few seconds after. So it's not exact, but it is very close. But I was like, what the fuck? I don't know. Anyway, this is just some stupid thing that's amazing me because I'm a retard. But no, you're right, Mustafa. But let's plow through some of the rest of it because honestly, bro, I've got till midnight and it's 11:49. So
yeah, I'm gonna try.
Let's get back to Temple of Doom.
No, it's not that. I gotta go to bed.
Cut to Club Obi-Wan.
Don't make me give me a Wawa card just to satisfy your hunger because I understand that again it's a big thing in Jersey.
What?
And, it could definitely help you. It could definitely help you with your hunger with Indiana Jones. You know what I mean? Again, you could
Hey, can we just point out that Mustafa's attempt at hurting my feelings is backtracked 100 times because he's such a nice guy. He's like, I know. What if I get you a card so you can get hoagies? Because not because you're
hoagies
fat.
are good, bro.
No,
hoagies are good, bro. This time of year, especially 4th of July hoagies. My God. But with Ronda Rousey's music hit, again, same thing. Shayna Baszler's music hits as soon as Ronda picks up the microphone. It's like a repeating of segments. And basically, what I wasn't expecting, especially at Money in the Bank, even tonight, Shayna's the baby face, even though she's supposed to be penciled in as the heel, which I find interesting because the same thing happened with with Becky and Charlotte when Becky turned on Charlotte. Same deal happened. And Shayna basically is saying, you owe me for getting you into, the wrestling business after 10 years. And Ronda's trying to play a baby face by saying, well, why did you wait until Money in the Bank? You cost us the titles, yada, yada, yada. Eventually they get into it. This is the one thing that pissed me off about the entire segment. Shayna goes for a knee strike. She lands the knee strike. Ronda barely sells it and then says, "Come back here, we're not done." I crapped on this segment so hard that from now on, every time I want to see a knee strike, I want to turn off my TV.
Yeah, dude. Like, I didn't like, honestly, dude. I don't care. I don't care about them at all. I don't.
Same.
I'm surprised that this has happened. I'm surprised it's happening, and I also don't care. That's what I've found out.
It feels, you know what it really does feel like? It feels like if anybody's ever played WWE Universe mode or whatever, this feels like one of the matches that you're just like, you don't even care about what's going on in the card. You just use it to like fill up space on the card. And so it's like Ronda Rousey versus fucking like Sarah Logan, and for some reason they're fighting for a championship. Like, that's how random this fucking feud feels. But it's not random. It's been built up for months. It's just I don't care about Shayna Baszler.
Has it been built up? Have I missed all the build up?
Oh,
Well,
and this is what's great. This is what's great. The fact that these are MMA women that apparently are great at what they do, but yet they're making wrestling look fake.
Oh yeah, they suck. I mean, I've never liked
God.
Shayna Baszler ever. I've never
God
liked
help
Shayna
me.
Baszler.
I like Shayna Baszler in NXT when they just built her made her like a beast.
Thank you.
No, I didn't.
Thank
I
you.
didn't like her in NXT. I thought there were so many women that were better, not only on the mic than her, but in the ring than her.
But I'll tell you why. Because in NXT, she didn't need to be on the mic. In NXT, it was just like she is like a force to be reckoned with physically, and so I know that limits her. That's all there was to her, is that she was a machine basically, but that's all she really can do. And so when they just booked her that way, it felt great. It wasn't going to last forever, but you can get 1, 2, or 3 years out of somebody like that. And that's why I did think what she did in NXT, and she wrestled better out there because the people she was wrestling were so good. If you guys remember this, I didn't really like her. You go back and watch all the NXT reviews from back then. I didn't really like her that much, and Jake liked her a little more than I did. But she had a couple of matches that were really good, and I was like, in the reviews, I was like, wow, man, that was really good because what she did with what she has was perfect. But on the main roster, I thought she'd be good for WWE main roster because she's so limited with moveset that they would just focus on character, but nothing's ever really come from that because she only works.
To Becky. It was that original loss to Becky that really fucked her over.
She only works with Mystique, and she doesn't have Mystique. She hasn't had Mystique. She has a weird way of speaking and sounds like kind of like a truck driver girl. And
no, she sounds like a school bully, in the same sense that like Bailey does. Like they sound like 12-year-old like preteen boys. Like, booger face, why don't you get out of here and go kick rocks?
Yeah.
She's basically Spinelli from Recess. That's who she is.
Yeah, but then like she's also supposed to be a tough bastard. Like I don't know about that.
She's legitimately tough, but at the same time, though, as it translates to
tough.
wrestling, it's not there.
But it's also like what I meant earlier about like how it's been built for months. I meant like I feel like everybody could already tell that Ronda and Shayna were gonna have some sort of like feud down the line because it's like I didn't see Ronda being in a tag team for very long. But like again, Ronda hasn't been relevant in over a year. And even then, when she was doing stuff with Charlotte last WrestleMania and Backlash or whatever, she still didn't feel as important as she used to. And I don't know. It's just like is she still getting paid like $6 million a year?
Who?
I don't know what her contract. I don't know what her contract is right now, but I'm pretty sure that she gets paid okay. She gets paid well, but again,
who are we talking about?
It's a waste of money because she sucks.
Who are we talking about? Ronda?
Well, again, she's going back to allegedly she's going back to MMA and she wants to fight, legit. So again, because apparently I think was it not Holly Holm? Who was it? Was it Nunes that literally is about to retire? So apparently she wants to kind of like capitalize off that.
Isn't that funny though? So now she wants to have a title match when Nunes is gonna relinquish the championship.
Yeah, well, everybody's been talking about it for weeks. So
that does kind of make her look like a bitch.
Well, going forward, speaking of bitch, we go into tag team turmoil. I gotta talk about this bluntly. Mostly every tag team turmoil that I've ever seen, usually it's like a gauntlet, right? So you get one tag team, they get done, they get sent to the back, and the next person's or next tag team's music plays to come out to the ring. I guess same thing like it was before in the earlier segments. They just want to save time, so they just introduce all the tag teams, put them out at ringside, and when it's their turn, they go in the ring. It looks so stupid. And then of course, obviously, the heels are going to go over Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green because you need the heels going up against the tag team champions that are baby faces. So that was predictable.
Doesn't it feel like the women's tag team division to them is just a nuisance that they're just like, oh, fine, we'll put some people out there. Just, I guess we'll build up this heel team for like a championship defense.
It was a crazy match, though. I will say that there was some crazy stuff.
No, there were some good spots. It's just that again, the whole concept just bothered me throughout the entire thing. But after that, and again, another women's segment, back to back women's segments. Don't really see that often. Becky Lynch comes out, tells Trish to come on out, and Trish comes out and she brings back what? The old nose guard gimmick from years ago, which I actually kind of popped for. I thought it was pretty clever. And she legitimately probably has a nose fracture of some kind. But then they're talking back and forth, and eventually Becky and Trish are going to probably meet at SummerSlam. Who knows? We don't know yet, but that's what it's looking like. And then next week, we're going to be getting Zoe taking on Becky in a singles match. Come after that, we have Jackie, who's a brand new interviewer rather, introduces Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes comes out to another great pop and basically introduces Jackie to the crowd. I say, hello, Jackie. That's nice. And Cody basically says, I'll fight Brock Lesnar any night, anywhere. Come back from commercial break. Alpha Academy taking on the Viking Ratings in a mixed 6-person tag. I had a feeling that the heels were going to go over on this one, but the fact that we had the baby faces go over, Maxine getting a pin over Valhalla. Yeah, that's again, I don't understand the pairing. I really don't understand the pairing, but it's working. Somehow it's working.
I love everything that the Alpha Academy is doing. I just hate the fact that they're involved with the Viking Raiders and Valhalla because they are boring as hell. But I mean, I'm liking everything with Alpha Academy. I love Otis. I love Chad Gable. He's great in the ring. And Maxine, like, I don't know. It's like I'm starting to like her too because she's just like, she's funny. It's just funny, the whole situation. It's just also hilarious that she used to be like this model lady, and now they're so past that point. Like the whole reason why she was even talking to Otis and Chad Gable was because she wanted to get Otis into this modeling club, and now the modeling club has disappeared.
There's something about that creative team on the 4th floor in Titan Towers and Vince approving whatever. There's something about that squad.
It's 420. It's 420 every day there. They're just like, wait, oh fuck, she was a model. Oh yeah. Shit, what are we gonna do with that one?
Well, next segue as far as another women's segment, which is probably the best segment with the exception of the Becky Trish promo. We had a match for the women's world title. Rhea Ripley taking on Natalya, which I already kind of knew on paper this was already going to be a great match. The fact that they were even getting some time was really good.
Party.
How can you call it heat when they pan the crowd and 90% of them are smiling?
Wait a minute. What good heat? I don't remember. I don't know what Derek was talking about.
Is he talking about crowd noise?
Well, no, he's talking about how can you call...
I'm assuming he's talking about Dom.
Dominic Mysterio, yeah.
Maybe it's Dom, yeah. Well, that's what happens when the whole crowd knows it's all fake, I guess.
Yeah, like, I don't understand. Like, do you think this is 1980 fucking 4 where, like, people used to actually, like, boo, you know, Iron Sheik thinking that he was, like, a real fucking terrorist or something? You know, just, like, I don't understand that type of complaint. I mean, people are just having fun. You know what I think? I do think it's real heat because there's plenty of people who are heels that the crowd like and cheer for. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they like Dom, but they're booing him because he's such a good heel.
It's the cool thing to do, you know, in a lot of ways. But also, there are people that legitimately hate
works. And it also works for them too.
Yeah, they want to boo him. They want to sort of believe it and boo him. Like, but he's right, because if you really believe it and you're really into it, you know, you'll boo him. You won't be laughing. You know, so I get what he's saying, because there are some times where people are all smiling and you're like, oh no, they just think it's cute. They don't think they're not really into it. You know, so Derek does have a point. Like, people do get it when you really make people believe stuff. They do get into it.
That's true, I guess. I mean, the same could be said pretty much about every heel now in the business. I mean, no, I don't think anybody ever really boos MJF.
Well, that's the thing. People boo, like, people will say, you know, STFU, you know, to MJF, but then all of a sudden they'll cheer when he does something cool in the match that has nothing to do with getting heat on the baby face, but just putting himself over.
You know what they'll do is they'll boo him and yell at him to his face and stuff, but then as soon as he walks away, they start laughing like, that was funny. Like, but like,
he's hilarious. He's so funny.
Oh, dude, did you see the recent tweet that MJF put out today? You know, what's her name from MLW? Alice Trout or whatever her name is, the you know, one of the announcers. She basically says, like, you know, hey, she asked like a question like out there on Twitter, like, you know, how's everybody doing? And then all of a sudden MJF comes out of nowhere. It's like, how about you go back to your home on Whore Island, basically stealing the Anchorman reference. And I died laughing. Again, it's one of those things where he works the people in the business, but again, it's a work, not even a shoot. It's just basically he's just working his friends, you know, people that he actually does like.
I'm seeing Derek Hance right now in the chat. Like, yeah, it's fake heat. It's like it's not fake. Like, if there was no heat there at all, nobody would be reacting. Like I don't understand. I feel like that's such a nitpicky complaint that like WWE is getting loud reactions for somebody, and so now it's like, no, that's not even real.
Yeah,
so
I don't agree at all that it's fake heat, because it's heat. Fake heat is like there is no fake heat. It's all fake. It's either
fake heat is crowd noise to me. That's fake heat.
What? Fake heat is crowd noise? That means
no, like filtering in crowd noise just for the sake of getting a segment over.
Okay, well, yeah, that is fake.
I guess M has a point though, where he's like, Logan Paul has, you could say, real heat, but that has more to do with the fact that Logan Paul is like a
part-timer.
Well, he's also scammed.
Yeah, but that's not real wrestling heat. Then that's go away type of heat, or people actually don't like the guy. I mean, that's not even the heat that we're, you know, it's all, who cares? However you get it, you're getting if you're getting a reaction, it's a reaction. That's all you need.
Exactly.
Is there a reaction happening?
Exactly.
But how is it different? Like Derek Hance is saying, it's getting booed is no different than the crowd singing Seth's song. But it's like it is a lot different. The crowd is singing Seth's song in support of him. The crowd are booing over Dominic Mysterio's promos, so he can't even get a word out. Like,
right.
And also, as a heel, that's what you would want it. Like, you would want to get booed.
Yeah.
I feel like this is such backwards thinking. Like, it's more of just like WWE sucks and here's why, and then it's a really confusing reason.
And by the way, the fact that Dom. The fact that Dom gets that type of heat, and you can barely get somebody who's on the indies and getting that type of heat in a small high school gym says a lot. So I don't care who you are, unless you're getting that type of reaction, good or bad. I'm sorry, you're not over. Dom is over.
Dom is getting some of the loudest boos we've heard in years.
I think what he means. I think what Derek means is, I see both points, by the way. Like, I don't think anyone is wrong or right, but I think what he means is, like, if you look at Shawn Michaels in Montreal, people wanted to beat the shit out of the guy. No one was smiling when Shawn Michaels came out. John Cena at one night stand at ECW, the whole arena was saying "F you, Cena" to the point
I was there.
Shirt. Yeah, he would throw.
But I like shirt. That's the only way you can get heels now is having a baby face. So like, the baby faces are the only ones who I guess can get quote unquote real heat. But then when WWE or any wrestling company builds a heel that starts getting booed and starts getting heat, then you got people being like, well, that's just artificial.
For Shawn Michaels, it was Bret Hart. How much Montreal loved Bret Hart, and they hated the idea how much he screwed him.
Well,
And for
before the screw job, before the match even began, Sean took the Canadian flag and pretty much disgraced it.
Pretty
And
much.
that was it, just to get the easy heat. No different from when Will Ospreay did that at Forbidden Door with Omega. Same thing.
Yeah, I think it's a different generation thing, because if you look at ECW with Cena, the ECW fans thing was real. Like, oh, this guy is hard. He's the machine guy. He's the cocksucker. Fuck him. We're just gonna cheer for RVD.
I'm saying the only way that you can get real heat in the way you're thinking, where they like legitimately don't like the person and people aren't in on the fact that it's fake, which has been exposed for years and years and years, and you can't get over that, is basically them to just hijack the crowd or hijack the show and just boo the baby face. So the baby face is supposed to be getting over and supposed to be getting cheered, but he's getting booed. So is that real heat, or is that just like, we want to be different heat?
That's basically telling the office, hey, we don't like this guy, and if you don't do something about it, we're going to be consistent about why we don't like this guy, and so you do something about it.
And then when you turn them heel, and when you turn them heel because they don't like him, and then all of a sudden they're cheering him.
And again,
because they don't want a white meat baby face of yesteryear, where it's just, we could see right through you and there's no substance and there's no authenticity. Hence why when we get to the top of the Tommaso Ciampa and the Miz promo, between those two, even though yes, it's a work and it's a work, these guys legitimately have a legitimate beef that dates back to when Tommaso Ciampa got injured. Miz never called him. Tommaso Ciampa is basically saying he's going to bring out his ruthless aggression on him. Miz basically says he is unbeatable, blah, blah, blah. But the whole point of this is, going back to the original point, is you have to have a legitimate belief in what the person is saying, let alone trying to sell the audience of why I should be such and such, or why I'm better than this person.
And that almost doesn't exist in pro wrestling today. It's a generation thing. It's not the same anymore.
Perception is reality based upon not only the audience, but also the viewer who's watching at home, and also for the people that are actually participating.
It's a different generation, man. It's a whole different generation.
I just think it's weird that one of the most entertaining things going on right now in wrestling, there's people finding like nitpicky flaws with it. Like, well, it's not, the sheet's not even true heat though, so we can't really give it full credit. Like, well, it's getting louder reactions than pretty much anything else on the show. So
here's a loud ass reaction. You bring up that Riddle and Vinci and Giovanni Vinci. These guys have a match that was literally 90 seconds. I was so hot at this. I'm like, dude, if you're just waiting for the spot for Drew to come out and save Riddle, I mean, I get it. It's live TV. You got things you need to go to. But this is what got me red hot in terms of just have it. Dude, even an 8-minute match would make up for this. If you just trimmed off a little bit of the main event, you're not missing that much.
Yeah. There wasn't a lot to it. I didn't care, though, to be honest. But I get why they did that. But yeah, what are you going to do? I didn't see it.
And in quick succession. I mean, like, literally he loses to Gunther, rightfully so, at the pay-per-view. Rightfully, I said, sir. And I basically am just like, I'm dumbfounded by, again, TV, I get it, whatever, moving on. Main event time, Mysterio versus Rollins. There was about 2 commercial breaks, I believe, through this match.
Yeah.
And, yeah, this was, I mean, again, there were some pretty good moments in here, but long story short, the real story was coming towards Balor coming out, and because the whole show was about where's Balor. He comes out, he starts beating up on Seth. Eventually, there's a stare down between Balor and Damian Priest. Damian Priest was trying to cash in the Money in the Bank because he was being egged on by Dominic. Eventually, Dominic and Rhea are trying to break up the tension between Balor and Damian Priest. Dominic goes out to the floor, tries to meet Seth, tries to beat him up, eventually gets pedigreed on the floor, and Seth gets out of there. Pretty much the end of the show. I mean, again, I know they're trying to build the tension between Damian and Finn. I don't think it's going to happen at SummerSlam that quickly. I still think they're going to build on this. And yeah, I mean, are we going to see a rematch with Rollins and Seth?
I'm annoyed with.
SummerSlam?
I'm just annoyed with all the groups fighting, internally fighting.
Yeah.
Everybody's breaking up or fighting with each other. It's not. I'm just done with it. Like, let the group.
Especially after you spent so much time like building factions and stuff. Like,
yeah.
all of last year felt like they were just building new factions and building new teams, and now it's just all breaking up in a span of like a few months within. No, like a few days within each other. Like,
and this is even perfect. Even to add on top of that, there's a SmackDown segment that they're airing on Raw. Obviously, the Bloodline Civil War, and they're constantly hyping this up for SmackDown when they have nothing to do with Raw.
Yeah, well, I mean they do because we're teasing Friday, but you're right. It doesn't make sense in the whole divided shows.
I just wish SmackDown could go back to the way it was in the Attitude Era, and pre draft or brand split or whatever. Which, like, I liked the brand split of the Ruthless Aggression era, and I even liked it in 2016. But right now, I just feel like within a storyline that's as important as the Bloodline thing, you really cannot be like, oh yeah, you gotta wait all the way till Friday and 2 wrestling shows because you got this and NXT before you can watch the follow up on that. Like, that's so fucking annoying. Like, imagine that shit would happen in the Attitude Era where like you wouldn't get to see Stone Cold until Thursday.
Yeah, well, I mean, we did see that sometimes on SmackDown.
Yeah, or any major count like Rock. Like, for example, Rock might make a promo on Raw but doesn't do anything, but then SmackDown he'll wrestle. You know what I mean? It it's
it was
new.
even crazier for Hulk Hogan
Raw,
back in the day.
Yeah, Attitude Era used to make like in the Attitude Era, SmackDown and Raw were just shows where storylines would continue to happen and they would bleed into each other, and important things would happen on Raw and on SmackDown. But the problem is when without the brand split, like a few years ago, what was it, like 2013, 2014 or whatever, from that period of time before the brand split, they turned SmackDown into just fucking like main event or superstars, or like they would just recap stuff that happened on Raw, and they didn't utilize it properly. So now their only mindset now is like the only way you can make 2 shows is if you do a brand split, or you just make one show just a recap of Raw. And it's like, it didn't have to be like that because it used to be so much different where like the shows actually both meant something.
This guy ate the whole fucking concession stand.
Is that Jerry Garcia?
What
Bro,
the fuck?
Bro, this looks like fucking, like, I don't know, like Padre Garcia.
Wait, who's the guy? Wait, who's the guy from New Zealand again? Remind me his name. Who did the promo tonight?
I don't know what you're talking about, but this guy's fat as fuck.
The wrestler from New Zealand, the big dude. I keep forgetting his name. He was in Impact. He was originally in NXT. Then he came back.
Yeah, the Bronson
Reed. Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
It says Jerry Garcia
like
Bronson Reed.
Yo, that's funny.
That looks like my old homeroom teacher, Mr. Wick. He used to fucking walk around with a shillelagh and eat whole spam cans. Like, it was so fucking gross. His whole fucking desk was littered with trash and like Subway wrappers and fucking soda cans.
It's funny that Tommy came in the chat the other day. Someone in the chat mentioned Tommy. That was Tommy in the chat. He came in here.
Hilarious.
So after all the shit talk and random things, he came in here the other day to just say whatever. But he always says like that he's gone or something. But he comes in. So I messaged him and I was like, hey, was that really you in here the other day, or is that someone using your account? I mean, I know it's his account, but I mean, he's like, no, that was me. I was like, oh, okay. That's okay. You just came in here. Like, it's weird. Huh.
Is that Kenny Bolin?
Is that Kenny Bolin? Yeah, this is, what do you call him? Fucking Garcia Bolin.
Jerry. Yeah, Garcia meets Bronson.
You are the shortest co-host on the Bowling Alley.
I bet you his son's in jail for fucking an Antifa.
Don't you bring up my son.
No, not his son. This guy's son. This
My
guy,
name is Skylar.
bro. This guy ate the entire food court and then fucked a dog. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Nah, this guy looks like he eats children.
Well, then there's, see, I'm more interested in the girl that's over here, and I know she probably doesn't look that great, judging by what I can see, but still, the idea that she'll wear a spaghetti bra or spaghetti shirt or
A
whatever
spaghetti
that is,
bra?
Yeah.
whatever that is, to Monday Night Raw, you know, she looks like she's down for DTF, is what I mean.
Yeah, and then you got the disabled kid from Malcolm in the Middle right next to her.
Yeah. he's like-
Life is unfair.
Look at this. And then you got every racist redneck ever in between the two black guys, coincidentally.
So
Yeah,
this is an
this guy-
Oreo complex.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cracker Oreo.
this is the guy who's like aggressive at the counter when he hands money for his cigarettes.
Yeah,
Just all of a sudden he has to like snap his 20 at you.
right.
Like, oh yeah, real cool, dude.
You're like, dude, calm down. You're going to get your food, you fucking weirdo.
Calm your tits. Calm your tits.
Hey, I want one of these wrestlers to cut a promo and just like point out the guy in the green shirt and like, and let me tell you to this guy with the green shirt, if I see your face at another event, if I see your face at the next event we go to, I'm gonna slap that stupid hat off your head.
Yeah, and
If
then,
I see that chinny chin chin.
and then look at this guy.
I was-
This guy pretending he's doing a Cronin cosplay. Look at this guy.
He's got
Fuck
a
is
fire
this?
shirt. Like, what does he think he has? Like fire powers? Or
He
something?
thinks he's on fire, bro.
Fucking idiot.
I think I'm on fire, bro. Look at this.
That's just a picture of my house burning down.
Imagine that if you got a picture of your house burning down as a t-shirt.
Dude, that looks like Wolverine. What the heck?
This looks like my friend Steve, but yeah, this is the redneck guy with a WrestleMania shirt.
Right now, it looks like they're sitting at a bar.
Yeah, it does. Like they're waiting for service. Like they're waiting for the bartender to be done with someone else.
Watching a horrible game on TV.
Look at this guy. At least this is like a very self-aware shirt, you know? Joker. I wore my Joker
This ain't
shirt.
hockey. This ain't the fucking hockey game.
Exactly.
I thought it was at hockey. I beat my wife and kids.
Your cousin from Boston.
Then look at this black guy with a sign.
From Boston.
Look at this sign. What does the sign even say?
Help, the police are trying to arrest me.
Bro, this guy's holding up a purple sign with nothing on it.
Yeah, he's holding it backwards.
This guy's so
This looks like
retarded.
something out
Why
of Todd
you
Glass's awful
See,
prank show.
This is why we.
Why,
This,
you fucking idiot? You
Dude.
forgot to write on the fucking goddamn
this is-
sign.
God damn it,
No,
man! Malcolm
this is
didn't.
Tiger Woods.
You're holding the sign backwards, Malcolm.
You
Is that
wrote it
Tiger
with-
Woods?
Did you write on the side with purple marker, you fucking dumbass?
My favorite movie's The Color Purple.
But my favorite
Oh.
color's purple. God.
No,
No
this
wonder I like Judgment Day so much. I love purple.
see, this is why we got rid of.
Down like,
This is why we got rid of affirmative action. Cause see what this fucker don't know how to write.
you see that guy with the hat right next to him? He's like keeping his head down, like, Jesus Christ, Darius, you fucking embarrassed me.
Yo, Darius, you're
Can't
holding the
even get
sign
a right
wrong.
sign.
What's the sign say on the back? Mama's GoFundMe.
It's the link.
I'm here for Rhea Ripley's fun.
Dude, Rhea
Oh my
was
God.
sexy tonight, bro.
Wait a minute, I finally figured out what the sign says, guys. Look,
I
there it
love
is.
white cock.
I love white cock. Oh my God.
Well, this is it. Well, I mean, Baltimore's not far away from the Bible Belt, so
Well, maybe
Yeah.
maybe holding up the purple sign is some sort of like political statement.
No, it's the movie Color Purple. He loves it. He's like, I want to tell
No.
everybody.
No more tiny cocks.
Oh.
Purple rain.
I'm saying we all get a penis reduction and we live with our white brothers in harmony.
reduction.
We making them jealous. That's why they hate us.
Oh my God, dude! I remember when Joe made a reference to this like years ago, where it's like all the women want to upgrade like one size. This is the chickens are coming home to roost on this one, dude. Oh,
No,
this is so bad.
No, Epstein was right or something.
Epstein rules. Oh my God.
Hitler had a few good points.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, Roseanne.
No.
If you look at just like a big long like text of like him just being like explaining his side. Like Hitler had a few good points. I don't agree with everything he did, of course. He had some he did some pretty messed up things, but at the end of the day,
But you hello?
Black lives are over white lives.
Greater than white babies.
I feel so sorry for this guy.
I don't even
My
know what
God.
that means. I don't know what the fuck we're doing here.
Oh my dude. Yo, Colonel Sutter's in the chats like he loves grape soda. I bet he does. Maybe he does.
Linda's a whore.
Linda's fetus.
Oh my God. Linda's fetus? What the fuck? Linda's a whore. Oh my God.
Is that horse curd?
It's a horse curd.
Matters on the floor. It's okay.
It's Derek Hands.
Matters on the floor.
Okay, horse
okay, I am a horse. Fecal matters on the floor. It's okay.
Were you trying to say your name is Oscar?
Matters on the floor. It's okay.
Yeah, Oscar. I was like, it's Oscar.
Matters on the floor.
Horse curd?
Fecal matters on the floor. Fecal matters on the floor. Fecal matters on the floor. But it's okay, I am a horse. It's okay, I am a horse. My fecal matters on the floor.
Yeah, dude, I was like, my name's Oscar. And she's like, horse curd? And then she goes, did she just call you horse curd?
Did she just say your name's Oscar?
Have you guys ever watched the match with New Jack versus Gypsy Joe? Unfucking real. I can't believe New Jack wasn't arrested.
Yeah.
New Jack should have been arrested on multiple occasions, but this dude
New Jack
avoided
should have
jail.
been killed. New Jack should have been killed years before he actually died.
Woo.
Bro.
What, by like a wrestler or like by the police? Or what do you mean?
Just in general. I mean,
Just
dude, this
in
guy,
general.
he had so much heat. Legitimately, New Jack was probably the only wrestler that I legitimately was ever scared of. Like, if I went to a show and I saw him, I'd probably run the other direction.
I would love
Let's
to
bring
get
it
heat
done.
nowadays. Like, I would get, I just would be like, listen, I'm going to say things that will get us all canceled. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but New Jack wouldn't just say things that would get you canceled. He would say things that get you canceled, and then he'd mug another wrestler in the fucking parking lot. Or
Yeah,
some
no,
shit.
I-
Like, dude,
Yeah.
you look at his promos from Smoky Mountain. I mean, dude, he was given liberty by Jim Cornette to say, go make white people mad. And then basically on the bottom of the screen says, these views of the gangsters are not the same views as the promotion. But again, they are, because he's getting the green light to cut those promos. Making fun of the NAACP.
Oh, yeah.
Making fun of basically all the KKK members. That God forbid there was probably one member of the KKK that came to the wrestling shows.
Can you believe
Cornette-
that horse
Cornette-
curd was 6 years ago? You know that? That's crazy.
Yeah,
it's fucking
crazy.
insane. But, well, Cornette is a homo liberal, so he'll let the black guy talk shit to white people. You know, it's crazy.
Well,
Isn't
but
it
then
crazy,
he calls
though?
he calls people N-words. So what's the
Oh, he
difference?
does. I thought he just had that like one
No,
chicken
he's-
joke.
he used to back in the see he will one thing I'll say about him is he's not like, he definitely is a far left person, but he doesn't seem woke, but it doesn't make any sense because he plays right into the woke people's hands, who then would ban him for saying the N-word back in the day.
I think it's just so they won't completely
Destroy him.
cancel him.
But, but here's the
isn't
other
it
thing about
crazy-
Cornette, though.
isn't it-
He said the N-word in regular discussions. Like, so he's actually worse than he calls other people, because
But isn't it crazy though that like Jericho gets more hate than Cornette, who's like who could be
Orgasmic Isaiah.
you are right with what you're about to say.
I knew you'd come.
make any sense.
Uh,
Have you seen the new MSG Sphere in Vegas light up for the first time today? It looks crazy, like Rostafa saying it's a glitch crazy.
Yeah, dude, it looks like it's some kind of like editing, like someone edited a video that's there when it's actually going on as a visual, like you can actually see it, like it's projected in real life.
right.
Colonel Stutters, thank you for the $5.95, Colonel. Yeah, it looks very bizarre, but it's not. I thought it was a video animation edited. I was like, oh yeah, someone edited a video with making it look like that's in the city, but that really is there.
Hey, what does everybody think about those giant CGI or like animated graphics they have for the superstars when they make their
No, it's
entrance?
cringe.
Oh, basically,
I-
like you're watching like a basketball game or a football game. Yeah, I hate it. I don't believe it belongs in wrestling. Really.
I don't
Terrible.
mind like some, like I don't think Cody's is too bad because it's just a logo. But with Roman's, he's making this epic entrance, and then he's just got a big giant like shit covered version of himself that like is like, I don't know, that just looks terrible.
Like if
That
you're gonna
was
make it for
so
the world
bad.
heavyweight champions, I get it, but or like the women's champions, I get it, but if you're like a non-champion and that's happening to you, like yeah, I don't agree. I don't like it in wrestling, but again, they
I just
want
think
to
it
try to
looks
be on the
ugly.
same part. Yeah, it's
It
just you want to be in the same part as the NFL and the NBA.
It looks cool sometimes. Sometimes I think it looks dated.
For like the bigger shows, yes, like WrestleMania, of course, but like not
It was-
like every night on Raw or SmackDown.
It was hilarious though, like when
Super
Randy
chat
Orton had one and his looked like a big
Love the
coiled
new
up
setup,
pile
Joe
of
Daxter.
shit.
AF.
DF Sports, man, thank you, bro. Yeah, I put the set back to the way it was before the leak, the water leak happened a couple of years ago.
The Cronin man.
No, it looks even better.
Yeah. I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks good. Now I just gotta refix some of the stuff out here, and then I'll have my multi-camera angles back again. But someone
So
said,
wait a
"Why didn't you
second,
do
is
that years
the
ago?"
monetized? Sorry.
No, someone said, "Why didn't you do this years ago?" I was like, "Well, because the set. I mean, in the end, it's how good the show is. Like, it doesn't matter. You could be fucking doing a show in front of a dumpster. It doesn't matter."
So is that the monetized this title behind you, or is that just like a random championship? I was
No,
just
that's
wondering
it.
because I don't know if I saw the episode where you got the new belt.
You haven't seen the belt? It's been hanging up over me for like a while.
Well, I'm just wondering because I know Leah's the champion, so I would just assume that the championship.
We don't trust her with
With-
it. We don't trust her. With it. You can't trust a
Why don't you
woman.
trust her with the
Also-
title?
The last woman that got it, her eyes went crooked. You can't trust a woman.
I
With this
also
belt.
noticed that you have both belts still. You have the other one
How would you notice that?
because you've showed it before.
But
Yeah. Also, you might as well get some Febreze or whatever like that to clean those belts up. God forbid if somebody else wins it, because
I got
God
the
only
old
knows
one
how
right
much
here.
of your DNA is on there.
I got the tears of Joe Compton's family on this bitch.
I've
Huh?
seen it. I've seen
So
it.
like Joe, you're kind of like Paul Heyman, where you just have you have a new championship introduced, but you're just carrying around the other one.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. What up? Say hi to the family. I'll say hi to the family in hell when I'm dead, JC. How about that?
Joe's
it
representing
back.
his wife right now,
Yeah.
the true champion.
Yep. You want to play a little horse Kurt on our way out? I got to get out of here. I give Ross a 5 out of 10 tonight.
Same.
I give it 4 horse curds out of 10.
All right, let's hear a little horse curd. And as we get out of here, thank you guys for dropping a few donos. I know I was only doing a quick show tonight, but I appreciate people dropping some donations. Anyway, it was it's a little bit of money in the gas tank. Let's hear horse curd. Oscar. See, I said Oscar like very clearly.
Very
No.
Boston-esque.
I said Oscar. Oscar.
Okay, Oscar.
What's going
Your
on?
username is Adam. Your username is Adam Rose, right? Can I just call you Adam? Or Oscar?
I go by Oscar on here. I typed in my dad's name by accident.
Okay. Sounds like you're having a party over there.
Yeah,
Huh?
there's a lot of people in the other room, and I'm just
Tell her you're
telling
having a
them
party in your pants.
I'm having a party in my pants.
I'm having a horse curd.
Hey,
Maybe I should. 1 minute remaining.
what the fuck? I gotta put more money on this thing?
Well, God,
I got a fucking rule. Any dick goes.
get your damn paper.
Okay. That's nice.
Hold on a second. Let me get my credit card. I gotta put more money on this fucking shit.
Okay, horse turd.
Let me use my horse credit card.
I like how Leah was trying to play in the background, probably playing WoW or something. She was dying. Where's the thing to put the fucking money in?
It's okay. I have to mute my mic. I gotta mute
Oh my god, no, you're gonna I'm like dying over
Wait,
here.
go back a minute.
On his mic.
Wait, what?
I know she's hearing Leah. Fucking, it's fucking it up. She's hearing Leah.
It's okay, horse.
It's okay, horse turd.
Leah just left. Leah left.
Whatever
I
you
ended
want
the
to
call
do,
anyway.
horse turd.
I ended the call.
Voice please.
Oh my god.
God, stop. Seriously. Oh, I think I'm having a goddamn heart attack.
You know what though? The funniest one was
Then years later, yes, the one when this
Oh,
one.
no,
I got
was-
it right here.
I was
Do you
I
remember?
was thinking about the one where you were pretending to be Ryback and
Oh,
you're talking about like shoving squirrels up like a girl's box or
No,
something.
that's
my
funny, too.
God, I remember
And
that
she
one.
was like super down for anything you said. She's just like, yes.
yeah, she was weird, dude. She was into it all. I love it. She was like, "That's." I could have said I wanted to eat like baby ass or something. She'd be like, "This is a great idea." No, so that was 6 years ago. Horse curd was 6 years ago. But 4 years ago, in this very room, when I moved into this house, 4 years ago, we have this happened. Call me horse curd. I want to choke your pussy until
Horse turd.
I wanted her to call me horse curd, and she said horse turd. Call me horse curd. I want to choke your pussy until
Horse turd.
Dude, I lost it. I couldn't deal with that. She caught me so off guard with that, dude. I couldn't deal with it.
Hello, horse turd.
Horse.
Did you continue the phone call?
Horse curd.
Oh. You're a naughty little horse turd.
Yeah. Yeah, I want you to force feed me horse curd down my throat. I love when people call me horse curd. I want to choke your pussy until
Horse turd.
Dude, I could not believe that. I can't believe I got 2 great clips out of this bullshit horse Oscar, whatever the fuck.
I just love it when you're when you're bursting out laughing. You just got to put the phone on silent just because you're trying to not break kayfabe. I'm just like,
I was
oh,
holding it
God.
for a second, like, can I get through this? Like, thinking about it, and then I just couldn't deal with it. I was like, oh my God, bro.
All because you said Oscar in like a Boston
Oscar.
accent. Oscar.
It's me,
Like, if you
Oscar.
hadn't
Voice
done that,
good.
if you had done any other name, she might have misheard it and said like it's like Edward, like feck word, or like we could have gotten a whole completely different meme out of that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad we got that one. All right, I'll see you guys.
That was hilarious. I feel like I lost like a pound from the amount I laughed.
Yeah, that shit was.
Happy 4th, y'all.
Happy 4th. I'm going to work tomorrow. No.
Happy 4th, so am I.
Happy 4th. We're all going. No, not really. I'm not really doing a ton. I just have to do a couple things really early in the morning, and then I can zip home and jerk off on a flag. All right.
I gotta go to work at like 1 or something. But before that, I'm gonna keep I'm gonna try to work out some, and because that's what I've been doing lately. I've been working out. I've been eating healthy. I've been trying to
Don't
lose
do
weight.
that. You'll be less funny that way.
No. Listen, I won't fucking pull a Seth Rogen or a fucking what's his
Artie
name?
Lang. Don't be Artie Lang. Whatever you
or
do.
a Artie Lang or a fucking Jonah Hill, where I
Jonah
lose
Hill.
weight and then I become way less funny.
Yes. Yeah. There's nothing funny about a physically fit man.
No, but you know what though? Now, it's simply just to spite Mr. Pico. Because
Oh.
those are his favorite jokes, is that I'm like a fat tard or like a fat
Yeah.
small penised idiot or something.
Yeah. And you can
Now
say
just have
he looks like a big slug and you'll be in shape.
yeah, now he just has me for the penis, you know?
I love it. Ooh, just clip that.
Well,
We're gonna clip
no, you know what though?
We'll clip
If
that.
I lose weight though, my penis will grow even bigger.
Oh yeah.
It's
It will.
already the size of fucking Mr. Pico's life.
It will get bigger. It's a real thing. Do it. I'm telling you guys. All right, I'm really out of here. All right, have a good 4th. See ya. Follow me on Rumble. We've had some good streams over on Rumble, man. We've had a couple streams where we had over 100-something people watching on Rumble. Rumble has been pretty good for us recently, so that's cool. Also, at Meta World Online on Twitter. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. And that's it, man. Thanks to Derek Hans for being the biggest drop of the night for this quick stream. The Derek was able to drop a 20. Sexy, baby. Thank you, Derek. And Colonel Stutters, DF Sports, Mr. Pico Boulevard as well. Good to see you guys tonight. We all kind of thought Raw was pretty mid tonight. Seems like. And we'll see you tomorrow. Tuesday night I won't have my big show like usual because I have to do a lot of work Wednesday because of my vacation. So this week's my schedules will be a little bit thin. But next week we'll be back to normal. But we'll be ready for the big weekend. Saturday night will be a big one. This Saturday night will be a big show. Wednesday night AEW Dynamite. If you want to support me, you can go to Patreon, or you can do it here on the videos. All my videos, any of my videos, anytime, any place. Leave a super thanks. Or paypal.me/Joe Cronin Show. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for listening.
I hope you fuck yourself. And JB, would you lead me out with a chant real quickly?
What do you mean?
I have all my guests chant a thing that I say all the time. You Hollywood. Would you mind chanting with me before I end the show?
Gonna have to pass.
Okay. You Hollywood. You Hollywood. You Hollywood. Keep doing it,
Jesus.
folks. Keep.